Stuart Palmer, Chair of Christian Brothers Schools, Mr. Mark Chin, Chair of SJI Junior, our Principal, Mr. Timothy Go, former principals, brothers, old boys, distinguished guests. It is always a pleasure for me to be present to you. It's the least I can do to support and encourage you for the lovely work you do in this part of the Institute. A person at 60 years old shows signs. Usually his metabolism slows down. It increasingly becomes more challenging to climb stairs, harder to read small print, more difficult to recover from a night of partying. And at this age, you begin to believe and take more seriously what Erasmus once said, everything done and taken in moderation. But institutions are different. At 60 years, they are just beginning to hit their stride and begin to build upon an established reputation. If there are no great difficulties, 60 years is a time to solidify gains and perhaps think of further growth. Obviously, for SJI Junior, St. Michael's, the past few years have been a time of tremendous growth. As you celebrate 60 years, please allow me to share with you just 2 points to help you strengthen the Lasallian identity of your institution. First, generally every Lasallian school in the Institute has a reputation for excellence, and that includes many of our institutions in East Asia. But excellence actually in Lasallian parlance goes beyond achievement in academics. The biographer of the founder, Alfred Calcutt, wrote, "The first condition for a school to run well is essentially the quality of educational relationship, and not the structures, not the regulations, not the discipline, even if these aspects have their place in the school." The brothers aimed at the educational relationship by which every boy knew he was accepted and invited to grow. For the founder, pupils are not considered simply as learners. They are persons with names who deserve consideration and respect. The Conduct of Schools, De La Salle's manual for running schools, put a very strong emphasis on establishing a personal relationship with each student. De La Salle demanded that each teacher have a thorough knowledge of each pupil, that they know their histories, their stories, their background. This attitude is what underpins the Lasallian educational mission. This attitude is what underpins every school that is influenced or animated by De La Salle. For the founder, there is no true educational impact which is not based on a personal knowledge of each and every student. Second point, most if not all schools that trace its roots to the founder have in its mission statement the objective of producing students who will help others, especially the poor and the marginalized. Schools call it differently. Some call it man for others, some call it being Christian gentlemen, still others call it men and women for God and country. When I looked at your mission statement, your school has a clear and succinct statement of how you want your graduates to be, and that is to become men of integrity and men for others. The Lasallian pedagogical paradigm, since the time of our founder, has always emphasized an educational experience that formed students towards generosity, kindness, and open-handedness with a special preference for the poor. That is a clear and distinct mark of a Lasallian institution and Lasallian education. For the founder, as for the brothers today, this is a central characteristic of a Lasallian student, one who has a sense of compassion and social justice. And so, as SJI Junior, St. Michael's celebrates her 60th year and looks towards a future that is bright, our prayer for all of you is that you will continue to have teachers that are healers and enablers, and that you produce students that will have love for neighbor, especially the poor. Let me assure you of our prayers for you, and we look forward to the next 60 years. Congratulations, St. Michael's SJ.